Natalie Decker finishing 18th with the Xfinity Series and led a lot of that there at the end during the pit cycles and stuff. But they were going to get fortunate there. If there was if there was a yellow during that time, they still had 10 or 20 laps left of fuel. They could stay out there in that single file pack while the rest of them were duking it out crazy. She had a chance there where she could have been in the front and then been able to pit under yellow and had a legitimate shot there at a top 10 or a win. And there's more stories she put out there as, she's getting the hate as she probably normally does there with finishing 18th. People saying, oh, she can't drive and stuff. Well, she explained there how it's only been a couple of days with that car and the crew. And it's a really, really great job there, P18. A lot of other things we don't have time to mention. It was a great weekend.
Yeah, great for her. And again, kudos to NASCAR for getting qualifying in so that she could be in the race. And, reminded me a lot of Jennifer Jo Cobb a couple of years ago at Talladega, actually. She led, I think it was like 16 laps at Talladega doing kind of the same thing. Some of the smaller teams were in that pack, running single file, just kind of logging laps off sequence. But, she got up there and had her moment of a spotlight just as Natalie Decker did this weekend. And, for everybody out there saying those things that you were mentioning, Brandon, Natalie Decker has done something that Hailie Deegan still has not done in her career, and that's finish in the top 5 in a national touring race. She got a top 5 finish in the Truck Series at this track in 2020. So this was no fluke for Natalie Decker running as well as she did and getting a finish, again, with a deal that was put together at the very last minute. I think a great result for her down in 18th.
And with their two histories, Ben, did you think it would be Decker that would get to that point before Hailie Deegan?
I think a lot of people didn't. And I think if you asked a lot of people, and again, I understand it's, for all intents and purposes, your debut. I know Deegan did that one race at Las Vegas in 2022, but, you'd ask people who would have finished better in this race. I think most people probably would have said Hailie Deegan, but she got caught up in an early incident. Natalie Decker stayed out of trouble, had her moment of the spotlight running up front there, and was able to close the deal with a strong 18th place finish. Again, may not look super great on paper, but given everything that went into that deal and being nervous with the weather forecast about even getting the chance to be in the race at all, very strong result for that team.